Hello students, so we shall continue with the same chapter and we are in the last part of the chapter and we have completed almost the most important things in the chapter, that is basically, so in this chapter, in the first chapter, the main important things are the derivation of the word psychology and the journey of the psychology, how there was um, different definitions of psychology and about the main milestones of the psychology, and particularly the very most important thing in the first chapter is the fields of psychology. So we have 8 fields of psychology, and we have seen that is general psychology, developmental psychology, social psychology, abnormal psychology, animal psychology, then clinical psychology, educational psychology, industrial psychology. So these are the 8 fields. I think we all have gone through those fields individually. So we are in the last bit, and it is just a go through that we have to do in this part of the chapter. So we shall start. So we have to start from here. So emerging areas in psychology. So, the interdisciplinary focus on research and application of psychology has led to the emergence of varied areas like aviation psychology, space psychology, military psychology, forensic psychology, rural psychology of women, and political psychology, engineering psychology, managerial psychology, community psychology, to name a few. So, yes, we need psychology almost in every field, almost in every work. Okay, so in everywhere psychology is included. So that is what it is trying to tell, and each one focuses on different things. Um, yeah, all the fields use psychology. Okay, so that's what it is trying to tell. So you don't have to go in deep about each one. You just have to know that psychology is worked in all the fields. Okay, so psychology and other disciplines. Researchers and scholars in science, social science, and humanities have felt the significance of psychology as a discipline. The figure clearly shows the relationship of psychology with other disciplines. Okay, so it is blur. Okay, it is not so clear, but psychology is in the center. Okay, and you can see psychology and how it plays important role in all different fields, like the top education, sociology, mass communication, law or criminology, okay, music, um, experiments. So it basically have the role to play in all different fields like philosophy and computer scientific. Okay, so we shall see how it is being played important role. So this you can just read once, or I'm showing you here. You can pause the video and you can yourself read the paragraph. Okay, so it is just like how psychology is very important for a person to share the knowledge, and how it is concerned with our biology, physiology, and neurology, and medicine, computer science. So in all these different fields and all these different platforms, you need psychology. Okay, so yeah, so the next thing, philosophy. So philosophy also you need psychology. So you can just read the paragraph, and then the last 3 lines. Despite the emergency of psychology as a science, it greatly draws from philosophy, particularly with respect to methods of knowing and various domains of human nature. To understand human nature and to know different domains of to understand the behavior of human nature, what is the nature of the mind, or how do humans come to know their motivations and emotions, were the concerns of philosophers. So the first and the second line of the paragraph, what is the nature, I have underlined. Okay, so that is enough for you to know. Okay, to understand the nature of mind, and how human come to know about their motivations, emotions, feelings. Okay, so that is what philosophers were concerned about. So the next thing is medicine and psychiatry. Okay, so medicine and psychiatry, you can just read this paragraph once. You can pause the video and read the paragraph once, but I will tell you the gist of the paragraph. Okay, so medicine and psychiatry, the first line I have underlined, so you have to know about that. Doctors have realized that the maxim healthy body requires a healthy mind is actually true. So it is not just a human to be only healthy outside. Okay, you should also be healthy inside. You should have a healthy mind. Healthy body is important, and also your mindset. Okay, your healthy mind is very important. So that's what he's telling. So, and the psychologist, okay, while treating patients suffering from cancer, AIDS, and physically challenged, or handling patients in the intensive care unit (ICU), the patients during post operative care, doctors have also felt the need of psychological counseling. So, yes, when you are having some problems, some health issues, people get upset, people get tensed, people become restless, frustrated. Okay, so basically I think you have seen some person who has to go through a operation. Okay, some people will be very cool, like it is just a normal operation, but some people, when you take them to the operation theater or the ICU, they get tensed. Okay, they are very scared. So yes, so now they have realized that psychological counseling, the counseling of these patients before operation, after operation, and patients who are having mental retardation problem, and people who have AIDS, cancer, all these people required counseling. Okay, so that is what his this paragraph is telling about. So yeah, how psychology plays important role in economics, political science, and sociology. So in economics, it particularly understand what is economics. It is like I think you all know that it is a trade and commerce. Okay, buying and selling, understanding the consumer, understanding the clients. Okay, so here psychology helps particularly to understand the consumer behavior, savings behavior, and in decision making. So when you are in a field, or a market, or when you are buying and selling goods, so you have to understand the consumer's behavior. You have to know what is the demand, what is the supply. So basically it understands a person. So that is where it helps in economy. Okay, in political science, it is basically understanding issues related to exercise of power and authority, nature of political conflicts, and their resolution on voting of the behavior. So political science is where it deal with the politics. Okay, so I think you all know how the politicians understands the mindset of the common people. Okay, what are their demands, and how we can manipulate the people. So that is how they understand the common people, and how they support, or it is just fake promises that they give before election. So understanding the persons during the election or voting, so the psychology helps in such a way. Then in sociology and psychology come together to explain and understand the behavior individual with different social context. So sociology is where you understand the society, okay, and how the person deal with the society. So that's where the psychology has helped in the field of sociology. Okay. Then computer science. Computer science is where it started mimicking the human mind. Okay, it started mimicking the human mind, and now the psychologist or the computer scientist or engineers are in a way or on the way to develop machines which can sense and feel like human beings. Okay, so yes, in everywhere, in every field, psychology has helped. Law and criminology. So here, when you are when you have committed a crime, or when you are in a court, so you will understand how psychology has helped. So I have underlined three lines. The third line, okay, how well a witness remembers an accident, a street fight, or a murder. How well can he or she report such facts when taking the witness stand in the court? What factors influence the decision which is taken by the jury? What are the dependent signs of guilt and falsehood? So, the questions we rise for the criminal or the person who is standing in the court. Okay, so that also deals with psychology, how you impact on the person's thinking process. Okay, okay, so psychology in the field of education and school psychology, where it helps to study of motivation, intelligence, personality, use of rewards and punishment, size of the class. So it is basically related to the classroom structure, the teacher, how they teach, and student how they interact, and how the academic or the curriculum is made. Okay, so that the children can enjoy. So yeah, this is also a treatment of abnormal behavior. It is where the clinical psychologist help the clients or the people who are facing with difficulties, who are abnormal. These clinical psychologists are uh, employed in hospitals, clinics, and in private practice, so that they can help people who are addicted to, or who are mentally retarded, who are addicted to drugs, or who are facing some difficulties. Okay, so counseling psychology, it just focuses primarily in educational, social, and career adjustment problems. So counseling psychology is where it helps you in all the fields. When you have problem uh, in dealing with certain situation or issue, so it helps you. Or in educational psychology, in educational field, to choose your particular field or particular course. Okay, so military psychology, where the militaries, I mean the individuals are tested or given the test, psychological test, and then they are selected. Okay, so and they are given test to check whether they have any problems, or they have any anxiety disorders, or something like that. When an individual is chosen for the military, it is very they should choose them very careful, because they are the persons who will guard the nation. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, so for the people who think that psychology is not in their life, in their at present life, okay, so these are the points which shows you that psychology is present in everyday life with you. Okay, so the first point, personal problems such as daughter having to face an alcoholic father, a mother dealing with the problem child. So yes, I think you have come across these kind of things, where the father will be alcoholic and the mother has to take care of the family, and the child, okay, has to be educated. Okay, family problems such as lack of communication and interaction among family members. So yes, at present day society, or at the present day, so we are all busy with phones. Okay, so it is very less that you sit with a family and communicate, have a conversation. Okay, so it is very less. That creates psychological problems. Problems lead to community setting, for example terrorist group or minority group. Problems of national and international dimensions, for example cross cultural marriages, legal and illegal immigrants. Problem relating to education, health, environment, social justice, women development, intergroup relations. So Wherever you go, there is psychological problems. Either one or the other way, you will have problems. So yes, we are done with the chapter. This is enough. The last bit, whatever I have taught today, you can just go through that. It is not so much important. So yeah, we are done with this chapter.